public that she was against Luke Walton getting fired. Once an owner puts that out, she neutralizes Magic.
Do you think she was going to let – because he said
I don't believe
she gave me the power to do what I wanted to do.
I don't believe it.
Other reports have said the same thing. Here's Magic talking about it.
I don't want to be the one who, have to, it's a fine line, right? We have here. So I got to make a decision tomorrow, and I had made my decision, right? But I said, Irvin, no. I said, I knew how difficult it was for my sister to love me and support me, and then also love him. And then I said, why am I in the middle of this? I don't have to be, And then why am I have to make also deals or moves on other people's lives? I said, no, that's not who I am.
That's what a GM does, okay?
Right.
Magic, stop it. This isn't new. Coaches get hired and fired all the time. But here's the thing. He just told you that his power was basically neutralized by Jeannie Buss because she didn't want him to fire.
But that doesn't mean you can't.
Luke.
That doesn't mean you can't fire him.
But when you get that from the owner, and that's why he's saying, Chris, what? Because he says she loves me, blah blah blah, but she loves him too. That there's some fight between them. An organization stands as one. She hired Magic to make what? Basketball operation moves. That's his job. That's not her job. He didn't hire Luke. Every general manager and team president, they normally, Chris, get a chance to hire their guy. He came in. He could have said when he took the job, yes, but Luke's got to go. I want to bring in my own guy so that he wouldn't be in this position. What did he do? He allowed Luke to stay. He gave
him a shot.
Okay, and there was no reason to let Luke stay from this standpoint. They had missed the playoffs. It wasn't like Luke had gotten them into the playoffs.
I have no problem with Magic letting Luke coach this season.
No, I'm just.
No problem with that.
I do. If Magic doesn't want him,
but we didn't know Magic. I mean, I don't know that Magic. Look, you get beside Ujiri in Toronto. Didn't hire Dwayne Casey, but he let him coach it out for a few years because he was doing a good job.
Well, yeah, they had the best record in the East. But I don't think he was doing a good job. They had the best
record in the East when Masai got there.
No, but I'm saying in this case, if you don't allow your team president to have some clout, and also you raise doubt in the organization about Magic and his judgment, when the owner is willing to go public and says she's against firing Luke. I just think it's a bad look. You're supposed to work in one as one, not that Magic did that. I had nothing to do with it, and that's basically the way she painted Magic into a corner. And rather than do that, he decided, I don't want a part of this. That's not how a good organization runs. I stand by Magic. I think he did the right thing. I would have quit right on the spot as well. I would have walked.
Well, what you also said, though, that clip when Magic's talking about she loves Luke, she loves me. This is a business. Enough with the love. I love this person. I love that person. That's what you're saying. That's a mom and pop shop in a league full of corporations.
No doubt about it.
Maybe it worked in the 80s when you had Kareem and Magic and all those guys.
And people weren't moving around, right?
And there was the free agency movement, as you said, wasn't as bad. This is 2019. We get it. You love this person.
You love Luke. We get it.
Right, Luke. Look, I've backed Luke. I've said I don't think Luke Walton is the problem. But the fact of the matter is, Luke Walton does need to go because your best player doesn't really believe in him. Your president, who's a Laker legend, didn't really believe in him. I don't think your GM, Rob Pelinka, really believed in him. And you just holding on to him because he's like a son to you.
Right.
This is the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the glamour franchise of the NBA. And you're running it like it's a five and dime store on the corner of Sepulveda and Ventura.
Very nice. Sepulveda and Ventura. Chris,
that
you pulled that out.
Where we are right now.
Exactly.
There's only 2 streets I know in LA. But seriously, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you 100%.
I'm with you. Like that quote from Magic.
That tells you
what is all this love?
Right.
Fam. I get it. We're a family and all that. But that only goes so far.
That's not how you run a business. Right. When Uncle Joe isn't pulling his weight at the store, Uncle Joe got to work somewhere else.
Right.
He can't work here. He left the freezer open. All the food melted. Uncle Joe, we need a new guy.
You're fired.
She fired her brother,
Right.
Jim. I mean, I'm sorry. You're right. Now, again, I don't think she forbade Magic to fire Luke Walton, but putting it out there,
publicly,
publicly, and just making it a big. Let him do what Jeannie Buss, God bless her. From what I'm told, she was really good on the business side of the Lakers.
But you don't know basketball.
She's not a basketball person. You hired Magic Johnson, the greatest Laker in history, to run basketball. Let him run it. Luke Walton or not.
And now here's the other part. If LeBron was in that camp with Magic about Luke, and now Luke is the winner, how does LeBron feel today? No wonder LeBron didn't want to talk last night. Magic's thing went long.
Look, that
said a lot.
He didn't talk last night. I don't think he talked today,
No,
right?
and he didn't talk after the game. He bolted.
No, and he didn't talk today. Didn't Rob G, the other Lakers talk?
That's what I'm saying.
LeBron did not talk.
What
correct?
does that tell you?
Neither did what. That tells you that your prized possession, LeBron James,
Ain't with it.
Right. And
Ain't
he shouldn't
with it.
be. I mean, look, he says it. He knows what he signed up for. But he didn't know it was going to be this bad.
No, he got hoodwinked.
Bamboozled.
That's right.
Run amok.
Led astray.
He didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on him. All right, it's the double Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. How is LeBron feeling this morning following Magic Johnson's exit from the Lakers? We'll get into that and so much more with NBA champion and former LeBron James teammate Eddie House. He joins us next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Yay.
It's Chris Broussard from the Odd Couple. Rob, you own a couple of businesses back in Detroit, and you know better than anyone that the right hire can really make an impact on your business.
No doubt about it. And it's not easy getting people to work in your business. It's a big part of who you are and how you get things done, and you got to be able to find the right people that fit.
Well, Rob, next time you decide to add an employee to your stable, you should use LinkedIn. You can post on job boards and hope you'll find the right person for your job, but think about it. How often do you check job boards? Why trust the chance when you can post your job to a place where people go every day to grow professionally and explore job opportunities? And 70% of the U.S. workforce is there. It's LinkedIn. LinkedIn Jobs intelligently targets potential candidates based on insights from their behavior on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the best way to find the person who will help you grow your business. Hurry to linkedin.com/oddcouple and get $50 off your first job post now. That's linkedin.com/oddcouple to save $50. linkedin.com/oddcouple. Terms and conditions apply.
It's everyone's favorite TV show. Magic ruined everything. He ruined Dwayne Wade's final game. He ruined Dirk Nowitzki's final game. He ruined the Lakers. He ruined Twitter. And he somehow ruined this promo. Magic ruined everything. Every day on Fox Sports Radio.
It's always good to be in the know, but it's especially important when it comes to your personal information, like your Social Security number. That's why Discover is here to help. They send an alert if they find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And best of all, this service is free for card members. All you have to do is sign up online. It's just one more way Discover looks out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations do apply.
Napa know-how.
This month at Napa, you can get a garden hose reel for just $24.99 when you spend $50 on, well, anything. Oil, brakes, Little Tree air fresheners, car wax, car soap, oil filters. As long as it's $50, you can get a self-retracting garden hose reel for $24.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer ends 4/30/19.
It's so nice now that the kids are asleep.
Cheers.
We got the kids, our house, a stable income.
Checking off all the boxes.
But there's one box we haven't checked off.
What's that?
Life insurance.
We don't need to think about that now. We're young.
That's why now is the best time. Life insurance gets more expensive the older you get.
But I don't have time to do a blood test. It's such a hassle to meet with someone just to get a quote.
Not with Ethos.
Ethos?
It's a modern kind of life insurance. You just answer 4 quick questions at getethos.com and get a free instant quote. No pushy salespeople. And no medical exams required for policies covering under $1 million. You can apply online in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Let's do it.
But then what will we do for the rest of the night?
I'm sure we can think of something.
Get your free instant quote and submit your complete application in minutes. Just go to getethos.com. That's ETHOS. Getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Just think about this for a second.
They may be immature at times.
I'm gonna say something.
They may even get on your nerves.
I'm too busy laughing at your veins popping out of your head.
But when 400 stations across this great nation listen to them, you may want to crank them up.
Jason, Mike, we are live.
It's the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon, and you can hear them everywhere.
That is really true.
Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Sound the alarm.
Check it out. You must have been busy, but The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker were breaking this down.
Right now, Michael Jordan is the undisputed GOAT. But if you talk to people of previous generations, they don't say that about Jordan.
Yeah, but they don't count.
They don't disrespect him. No, but I'm saying, like,
I know what
older
you're
people,
saying.
they'll say Kareem, they might say Oscar Robertson, they might say Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, or they might just say there is none, but they don't say it's Jordan. It's our generation that's saying it's Jordan.
Yeah, but now
and he's viewed as the GOAT because we control the narrative. But in 15 years, the millennials will control the narrative.
But I don't.
And I have said that in 15 years, they will say LeBron James is the GOAT, and he will be regarded as that.
I disagree with that.
You don't think millennials will be saying that?
No, because they'll ultimately when it's all over, and they look at everything and they start to look at everything and go, wait a minute. All right, yeah, he had these stats or whatever, but
why aren't they saying that now?
Because right now they need him. They want him to be that guy because this is who they're watching. What I'm saying, after it's all said and done, I don't believe that they're going to look at what LeBron did, especially with his 4 years in L.A. with no championship.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That was my point.
Okay.
I'm saying before he comes to L.A. and fails his first season, millennials were staunchly in his corner as the GOAT.
Yeah, a lot now aren't
that's
as.
my point.
Right.
That's what he has to lose. Is that if these 4 years are just.
To get the rest of what The Odd Couple said, podcast it by searching Odd Couple. And as always, you can listen to The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. He's the king of overnights.
It's the spin cycle.
He has his own militia.
You're great. You're great. You're great. You're great.
He's big.
How dare you?
He's bad.
Yes.
He's a hater, but a lovable one.
It's like a cartoon.
He's Ben Maller.
Boo-hoo. Oh, my God.
And you can hear the Ben Maller Show late nights right here.
Say what?
It's the Ben Maller Show.
What's not to like?
2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. We know that every host has a unique sound. Colin Cowherd talks like a baby.
At the mothership.
I had an editor.
Dan Patrick and Rich Eisen bring up their ex. Doug Gottlieb hums songs.
I'm just really sexy.
Clay Travis brags.
This team sucks.
Ben Maller hates.
Go! You hear me, Chris Broussard?
Chris Broussard and Rob Parker speak up.
What the hell is that?
Jason Smith and Mike Harmon.
We know the story.
Every host
I'm RJ Bell, straight out of
has a unique sound on Fox Sports Radio. Sunday, MLS is on FS1 as Graham Zusi and Sporting KC face off against Bradley Wright Phillips and the New York Red Bulls. All the action kicks off at 7 Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
At Farmers Insurance, we know every windshield collision has a unique sound. Beetle, bird poop, drone. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Just a little stretch for the warm-up. Prep for the
All
war.
right, it's the Odd Couple, Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, and Eddie House on this Worship Wednesday. We're coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 15% or more on your car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. The only hard part is figuring out which way is easier. All right, Mr. House, how you doing, man?
Yes.
Good. What's happening?
We good. What was your first reaction when you saw that Magic Johnson had stepped down yesterday?
It surprised me, but didn't. Think about what he said when he first took the job. He said, hey, if I don't get it done, I'm going to step down.
He did say that.
And
he said, nobody have to push me out.
Yeah, nobody had to push me out.
Yeah,
so.
but that was he said after, give me 2 years to get the.
Well,
and that was before he got LeBron. So you did get LeBron.
It's almost been 2 years this summer. He would have had to complete this summer. But I think it's one of two things, right? I looked at it. It's either he's seen the writing on the wall. They're not going to be able to land a superstar like they think they are going to be able to land. And with him and things are just going to get blocked. He don't work well with Rob Pelinka, or his critic. He doesn't like getting criticized.
He doesn't. That's a great point. He doesn't.
He
hasn't been criticized a lot in his life, but you're right.
And for the most part, what is it? Is Magic Johnson? What do we know him for? His smile. He's infectious. He's such a good. Everybody loves him.
Right.
Well, when you're in the position he's in, what he was in. When you're not making the right moves, people start hating you. And I don't think he loves the adulation more so than the criticism. So instead of getting criticized, he wants to go back to just being, hey, I'm Magic. Everybody loves me.
Right.
I don't have no pressures.
I think
that's true.
I think
because Magic. Because not to interrupt you, Rob, but think of the times he's been the heavily criticized. When he was a coach after they lost 10 straight.
That terrible TV show.
He quit. The TV show. No, seriously. Yeah. The talk show. He quit. And then this. He had people
broadcasting.
How do you think? And now it was right. The criticism was right when he was criticized for putting his team around LeBron, no shooters and all that. But how do you think Magic Johnson, the all-time great NBA player, who was a point guard, right, known for being a smart player, basketball IQ and all that, he had everyday normal people that couldn't hold his jockstrap in basketball, criticizing him for his basketball aptitude, right?
No, I get.
But him saying, you saw him last summer saying, I watched every playoff game, and the teams that shot jumpers didn't win, and it looks so bad. The criticism was right.
Oh, I know that looked bad.
But still, if you Magic
what games
Johnson,
was he watching?
Like, yo, who y'all talking about?
I don't know.
I think it was the G League, and he mistook it for NBA.
But I was gonna say, Eddie, the other part, and I hear your points that you made, but I still believe that once she went public, basically saying that she was against Luke Walton getting fired, and that's what he wanted to do because LeBron didn't want him there, and he's trying to do this. Once you make me powerless, right, and you put it out there that you're second guessing me in public, I'm done. You've done this in front of everybody. How in the world can I continue in a job where the owner? It's supposed to be once we make a decision, once you hire me as president of basketball operations,
do your job, right?
Let me do my job,
right.
All right. And even when they came in, him and Rob Pelinka, Luke Walton was already there. Some GMs wouldn't come in unless they get to fire the guy and bring in their own guy. I want my guy, right?
Right.
They let him stay. Okay, 2 years, they didn't make the playoffs, whatever. And now I'm ready to make this decision, and you're telling me I can't do, you know what I mean, without her endorsement. And that's when he says, she loves me, but she loves him too. Told you right there, there's a divide, there's a split. And this ain't no mom and pop store. This is an NBA franchise. That's how she runs
about
it.
Love and sisters and family. I get the family atmosphere. You were in Miami, in Boston. They tried to create that, which is fine. But they also
did business.
ran like a business too.
No
right?
doubt. You make a great point, and I think to that point also, if Magic, I feel like his hands was a little tied as well because he's working with Rob Pelinka. And at the same time, nobody's returning his phone calls.
Right. Well,
so
that's another thing I heard was that Magic wanted Pelinka out.
He wanted both of them out.
Everybody has to work together. So now what the Lakers going to do, I think it's going to be extremely hard for them. They're up against it right now. Think about the clock that they have to deal with. Before you know it, it's going to be draft time. Before you know it, it's going to be free agency. What do they have to do? They got to get a president. That president is going to have a GM that he needs to work with. Rob Pelinka more than likely out of there.
Well,
and then you're going to have to find a head coach that all three of them got to be on the same page. That's the successful organizations. All three of those have to be on the same page, have the same vision. There can't be one pulling in one direction, one pulling in another direction. So they're up against it now. So not only they got to get that in order, their front office, then they got to figure out the front office and then a coach. Then they got to figure out, well, how do we entice a player to come here with
when
these
you're in
guys,
a mess, right?
With these guys, so they're time crunch right now, so they're up against it. I don't know what they're going. I really don't know what they're going to do, because the more you look at it, people keep saying nobody wants to play with LeBron, and it's not because he's tough to play with. Nobody wants to play with LeBron because they're chasing him, and they're trying to go get what and they feel that he's right. He's vulnerable. He's right here.
Yeah, they trying to beat him.
If they feel like I'm either equal with him,
I respect that.
I'm almost there. He's in arm's length.
So why should we help
right
him?
now.
Why should I help him?
Exactly. So it's going to be tough to land some of those guys who are trying to be the face of the league to come and play with you.
Well, and there was reports today saying that Rob Pelinka is going to remain as the GM.
I don't know how.
But that's similar to what you were talking about, Rob. If you bring in a president and he doesn't want Rob Pelinka and
he's gone.
Luke
Then.
Walton,
He's going to be gone.
Well, it should be. But that's where you brought up Jeannie.
She
Is
can't
gonna
keep
hire
doing
a
that.
guy based on, well, will you keep Rob Pelinka?
Exactly.
Will you keep Luke Walton?
And then that would
You're
be
not getting a good guy with
but
that.
you know what you would be getting? Kurt Rambis, because he's already a part of the organization.
How can you keep Rob Pelinka when there are reports that teams aren't even returning his call? You can't have a GM to where I'm reaching out to you to talk about a potential deal that maybe I can give to you, or I got something work with another team, but I need you involved. If you don't pick up I'm never getting anything done. You know,
right?
To me, that's he has to go, and I don't like calling for people's job, but if that's the truth, if that's what's been happening,
and that's what
if you're not able,
saying.
then that's basically crippling an organization,
right?
No question, because Rob was, he was a top agent,
right? And
he made a lot of enemies. He stole players from other agents. He lost players to other agents. Bob Myers was not on the level that Pelinka was as an agent. So Myers went to Golden State. He hadn't built up as many enemies, around the league. But Pelinka had Harden, Kobe, Kevin Durant at one time.
And using whatever type of leverage he can against teams. Yeah, I mean,
so it's agents and executives.
Right, agent and exec. Yep. So, that's too much. Come on, and if you try to move in a positive direction, and you want to try to do what's best for the organization, sometimes you have to, lick your wounds and say, you know what, chalk it up to the game. Hey, we tried this. It didn't work. As much as I like this guy, business is not about likability. It's about bottom line.
All right. With Magic Johnson out of the picture, is LeBron regretting his decision to join the Lakers? NBA champion Eddie House has the answer next. But first, let's get to Deb Carson and what is trending. Deb.
Hey, Deb.
Hello, gentlemen.
Deb, say hi to Eddie House.
Hello, Eddie House. How are you?
What's up, Deb? How you doing? I like your name already. My mama's name is Deborah, so we call her Deb, Debbie a lot.
Yeah.
So
Tell
what's
Mom
up,
hi.
Deb?
Awesome. She's a good lady, I bet.
Oh, man, the best.
All right. Well, I've got some hoops news for you guys. Marcus Smart, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, the Celtics guard has a torn left oblique. He's going to miss the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. So if the Celtics advance to the Eastern Conference Final, that would be the first time he would be available. Blake Griffin not going to play tonight against the Knicks, according to Dwayne Casey. And, of course, we've got the NBA regular season wrapping up tonight. We also have the Stanley Cup playoffs getting underway tonight. In fact, the Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Tampa Bay Lightning in Wednesday's Discover Card Key matchup. It's already a 1-0 lead for the Lightning over the Jackets, 9 to go in the first period. Discover alerts you if they find your social security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. It's free for card members. Just sign up online at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply. In college hoops news, Duke star R.J. Barrett officially announced he's entering the NBA draft. Have some more coaching news. Belmont has hired Lipscomb's Casey Alexander as its new head basketball coach. And according to Stadium, Nevada is close to hiring former UCLA head coach Steve Alford as Nevada's new basketball coach. NFL, New York Giants have given receiver Sterling Shepard a 4-year extension worth $41 million. And they won't have Gronk this year, but the Patriots have gone shopping for a new tight end, and they have signed Austin Seferian-Jenkins to a 1-year deal. We will be back with the Odd Couple in 10 seconds, but first a word from Farmers.
At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
This is Fox Sports Radio's The Odd Couple. Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, Eddie House. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Deb. And we've got great news. There's a quick and easy way you can save money. Switch to Geico. It only takes 15 minutes to see if you can save 15% or more on your car insurance. Go to geico.com and see how much you could save. All right, Eddie, you know LeBron. Obviously, you played with him in Miami. How do you think he's feeling right now with the way things are going with the Lakers?
I think he has to be concerned. Number one, if your front office is not together. Bottom line is, if your front office is not pieced together right now, you don't know which direction you're headed in. So you have to be concerned. You don't know which direction they're going to move in. And I think at this time, I don't think he's safe. I think if I'm the Lakers, with being up against it as much as they are, I think I'm listening to any and every I'm exhausting, I should say, any and every possibility.
So would you be looking to trade him?
I would listen.
Just willing to listen?
I would just throw something out there to just see, like, hey, if we were willing to trade, if we're willing to trade, let me hear what you would offer for him.
And here's the other part, Eddie. After, even if you go back and look at New Orleans with what they had and what the Lakers could offer, those parts aren't as attractive now. Brandon Ingram with the blood clots, we don't know. Lonzo can't stay healthy. Josh Hart has some knee issues. I'm just saying, you're starting to look, okay, so maybe we can't make a deal with New Orleans now. So that's out. And then if we can't get a free agent, what are we going to do? I mean, if I'm LeBron, I got to start panicking. This might be a bad situation that he might even want out of. I know he wants to be in Hollywood and L.A., but I'm talking about basketball-wise.
Right,
this could be bad.
From a basketball decision, obviously off the court with all the movies and TV shows he's got going, his kids are here now, about to enter high school and all that stuff. Off the court, he's probably fine with it. But basketball-wise, from a strictly basketball point, he has to have some doubt, some anger.
You're talking about 3 years
and maybe
left.
some regrets. Considering he could have went, you're talking about basketball, you could have went to Philadelphia, been playing with Joel Embiid, not only had a chance to get to the finals, but maybe beat Golden State with that type of team. So, yeah, I think he has to be concerned. LeBron understands the value of an organization and its culture. He saw that in Miami. Even though he pushed back against it at times, he won 2 championships there, so he knows the value of having a strong culture in your organization. Cleveland, heck, they making Cleveland look like it was run like the greatest organization in the league compared to what they're doing. So he does have to be concerned. And remember, I know LeBron wanted to be here with the Lakers, regardless of who was running things. But I am not sure he would have come. Like, if they had still had Jim Buss running it, I don't know that he would have came. Now, Magic, even though we didn't know how he'd be as a president, and he obviously wasn't great, he did bring some credibility and stability to the organization. He stabilized it, and I think that was enough for LeBron to say, okay, I can rock with Magic, and I'll go to the Lakers. But now, yeah, it's a bad situation.
That's why I say you got to exhaust every opportunity, every possibility. Like, hey, man, because – again, you might not be able to land a free agent. So you can't put all your eggs in one basket and say, we're going to get a superstar. What if you don't?
Right.
Well, I would,
and what if Lucas coming back too?
You have to cover yourself.
I would stick with LeBron. At least this year. I would stick with LeBron and say, because you know how everybody says, go young, rebuild. That rarely works.
No, yeah, but rarely.
So I would stick with LeBron. I'm relevant.
But this is the thing, too. Think about how impatient the Lakers fans are. And if you trade LeBron, it's not going to be a huge uproar. It wasn't a big welcoming when he got here.
But
so
what are you getting for him? What do you think?
That's what I'm saying. Trust me, I'm not trying to push for the trade. But I'm saying if I'm the organization, I'm not putting all my – they already did that once. They put all their eggs in the AD basket. Yep. It didn't work, and what happened? It affected everybody, right? From top to bottom. Now, coming into the offseason, you don't have a president. I don't know about the GM. Don't know about the head coach. It's so many question marks to where if I'm the organization, I have to be like, okay, well, where can I find some stability just in case? I got to have everything. Like, okay, I got to have plan B, C, D, E, F. Oh, man, I got to have a million plans just in case this doesn't work. But I think first option, number one, is keep LeBron.
Right.
That's the option number one. Let's try to get a – but you first order of business, you got to get your front office taken care of first. Yeah, I don't think you can't worry about anything else.
Because you can't attract people.
You can't do nothing without
that.
No.
Without that.
I think
who's going to be speaking for him?
You need to get it done at the latest by the end of May.
I think that's where Magic hurt them, is because he kind of snatched the rug from underneath their feet, and now they're standing there holding an empty bag like, okay, now they got to scramble. If Magic gave them this heads up maybe a month ago, at least they have time to start in their mind putting people together because
But
anybody
see,
can't get this job. You can't just give anybody this job.
I don't think he was thinking about doing it a month ago.
No, I know that.
And that's the problem.
He talked to LeBron and at his age.
He met with LeBron,
Saturday.
Rich Paul, and Saturday.
And
He knew about it.
No, he didn't. He gave them no indication.
No indication that he was even thinking. So this is the thing. That's why I believe it was so impromptu. Like yesterday,
something happened with him and Jeannie Buss in that 3-hour meeting.
No doubt about it. Where he realized I don't have any power, so he's like, "I'm not doing this." And he went downstairs. He said, "I'm done. I'm quitting."
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was an argument.
It's either Rob Pelinka or it's
something
about Rob
happened.
Pelinka or it's about Luke Walton. Either he
I
couldn't
think
fire him or.
From what I'm told, he wanted both of them fired
because they were going to fire him after the game,
and
right?
she was like, from what I'm told, now he said she gave him the right to do what he wanted with Luke. I was told that she wouldn't let him fire Pelinka.
Why?
Because Kobe. That's Kobe's guy. And that's what we're talking about, the mom and pop shop. You got all the ex-Lakers and, now
everybody's
is that true?
tied.
I don't know, but that's
everybody's
what some of
tied
the
to somebody,
around the
right?
league is.
So we can't fire him. Oh no, that's Kobe's guy.
Right.
We can't get rid of
At the
Luke.
detriment of your
That's
organization.
Phil Jackson.
Well, hold on. Who you think's gonna be Jeannie's not a basketball person.
No.
So who you think's gonna be advising her
Phil Jackson.
on the next high? Phil Jackson.
I know it's
Kobe,
her ex, but
Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
All Lakers.
She needs to call Jerry West. Now he's a Laker, but still, that's who she needs to be calling at least for advice. Because I think Jerry would give her advice, even though he works for the Clippers.
They got to try to lure him over there.
They need to try to
just get him in there and give him an offer he can't refuse.
No question. I agree.
I bet you Steve Ballmer already said, Jerry, how much you need? I got a checkbook.
Whatever
here.
they write, I'll double it.
So
but
don't even what you
here's
call.
the thing with Jerry. He's a consultant for the Lakers, for the Clippers. Now, obviously, he's doing something, but he could be president. Now, he's 80. I don't know if he want to do it at 80 years old, but he could be president of the Lakers, and that's his franchise.
No, I get it. I mean,
So
but they
we'll
also
see.
did him dirty. He also holds that.
No.
They did him
there
dirty.
There will have
so.
to be some changes made for him to take it. But if I'm the Lakers, and I have it on good
isn't there a rub
authority,
between him
LeBron would love to have Jerry West.
Oh, no doubt.
But isn't there a rub between Jerry West and Pelinka? So if she wouldn't let Magic get rid of him, I mean, then the Jerry then that would make no sense, right?
That's what we're talking. And Magic wasn't built for this job anyway.
No,
Magic's more of an owner type, big vision. Let other people do the dirty work.
He works better like him being an ambassador with the Dodgers. The way that,
exactly.
He was a part of. He wasn't making no trades. You know what I'm saying?
And whoever they better get somebody like you said, Jerry West. LeBron has to respect them.
Yep.
They cannot hire guys that LeBron is not going to respect. If they do that, that's another mistake because he will check. We've seen it. He will check out if he's not feeling what's going on.
That's a good point.
Out of here. He's gonna be super disrespectful, respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And injuries taking as much time as little nagging things. Right.
Off to the sides, just letting everybody know, like, I'm
not feeling this.
I'm not hit with him.
Right. All right. We've got more on the Lakers melodrama with NBA champion Eddie House coming up. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
You can feel that tingle.
I think that time is today.
From your head to your toes.
I'm going to guess that the audience probably feels it's pretty cool.
Sports is what you're feeling.
We talk for 3 hours live every day.
We love sports.
Nothing personal, man. It's still all love.
And we're Fox Sports Radio.
It's always good to be in the know, but it's especially important when it comes to your personal information, like your Social Security number. That's why Discover is here to help. They send an alert if they find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And best of all, this service is free for card members. All you have to do is sign up online. It's just one more way Discover looks out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations do apply.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why can't more things in life be customizable? Why can't I buy Neapolitan ice cream without strawberry? Can't I just have the chocolate and vanilla flavors I'm comfortable with? Do people even want a fruity ice cream flavor sandwiched right between the classics?
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
And now, here's a little something that you missed from the Ben Maller Show.
How big a failure was Magic Johnson's run as the boss in Lakerland? Now, to lead off with, the Laker front office with Magic Johnson, you could sum it up in 2 words: disorganized and disheveled. Those would be the 2 words I would use. Magic admitted in his interviews that he's not cut out for the job. And I mean, I give him credit, I guess, if he's being honest. There's not more to the story. But it was too much work. He doesn't want the responsibility. He wants to have fun. I want to have fun. Think about that. A grown-ass man, Magic Johnson, want to have fun. I mean, come on. Life is all about fun. Yeah, I could do 10 minutes on this. Now, again, he was upset because of Dwayne Wade tweets and some Serena Williams Academy or something and Ben Simmons workouts. What kind of foobar nonsense is this? It's kind of like going to the fire academy and you want to become a firefighter and you bust your ass. You get to the fire academy, you go through the fire academy. You then get hired at a fire station to work in a firehouse. And then the moment you're hired, shortly after, you say, you know what? I'm going to quit because one of these days I'm going to have to put out a fire, and I don't think that's fun. I don't want to put out a fire. That's not fun to me. I know I went to the fire academy and all, but I don't want to put out the fire. Magic Johnson was...
To get the rest of what Big Ben said, podcast it by searching The Ben Maller Show. And as always, you can hear The Ben Maller Show weekdays at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dan Patrick Show.
You might want to heed Magic's words. Running a team might sound like it's a lot of fun, but boy, there's a lot of work involved in it. You have to be all in, but for Magic Johnson, it just wasn't worth it. We can go back. This is a cautionary tale. How many times during the season did I say the Lakers have to look at this season as just let's kind of see what we have here. Patience was the word I kept coming back to, and they couldn't be patient. Here's Magic Johnson making the announcement yesterday.
Today, I'm going to step down as the president. And she doesn't know I'm standing here, but it's the right thing to do.
Out of respect to Jeannie Buss, the respect is you go tell Jeannie what you're doing. You imagine Jeannie, wait, what's Magic talking about here? Wait, Magic stepping down? Wait a minute here.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Oh, man, is it fun.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to the Doug Gottlieb Show.
It is time. Listen to Magic Johnson tell us he didn't like the backstabbing, he didn't like the rumors, and not have any sort of praise until today on Twitter towards Rob Pelinka. Tells you all you need to know. You also have to remember that Magic Johnson is a guy who I think people deemed as some genius businessman in Los Angeles because he was putting movie theaters in South Central Los Angeles and owning Starbucks was seen as some groundbreaking move. But the real magic is the coaching disaster, is the late night talk show disaster, is the guy who had nothing really to do with the reinvention of the Dodgers, and the guy who opined for the job, then finally got the job and didn't want to do what was necessary to complete the job.
The Doug Gottlieb Show.
I mean, that's insane.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific
on Fox Sports Radio.
Signing off.
All right, places, everybody.
We get it all the time.
If what we're expecting to happen happens,
we got a big deal.
That's been reported multiple times.
You're loving what we're doing.
Do it now.
From mornings to the nights.
This is the most talented team.
All day, every day.
And you better get started.
With talent like this,
they're just really, really good.
It's no wonder you love us.
It's good to eat.
We're the ones that get the job done.
Bon appetit.
We're Fox Sports Radio.
Start your engine!
Saturday, the Monster Energy Series is under the lights as NASCAR's finest battle at Richmond Raceway. It all starts at 7:30 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound of a perfect hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Yeah, I woke up feeling black. Couldn't be better. Sun woke up with that shine. Couldn't beat the weather. Son woke up feeling fly, didn't need a feather. These the letters, need a G forever. You get an E for effort. Don't lowercase me, no, don't play me. That's a big G. Been
all right, it's the Odd Couple, and we're brought to you by Mako. You might not be able to get a new car with your tax refund because we know you're getting back thousands with that tax refund, but you can make your old car feel like it's brand new. All it needs is a great paint job. So visit Mako today and get your dream paint job during their tax season sales event. All right, we got Eddie House, NBA champion, former teammate of LeBron James, in the house with us.
Yes, we appreciate Eddie, too.
Yes.
And Eddie, I'm going to throw this out to you. Should the Lakers, they have to hire a president. Maybe that'll lead to a new GM, a new coach, whatever, but should they cater these hires to LeBron James?
Well, if you're moving forward with him, I think you have to. I think they have to be on the same page with him. We've seen it over and over and over again wherever he goes. If he does not like what's going on from top to bottom, he will check out.
Right.
He does not like not being in the loop with everything and everybody being on the same page or trying to carry out the vision that he has. So that's mandatory if you plan on him being here for the duration of his contract and moving forward and trying to do everything that you guys said that they were going to do when he got here. If you plan on moving on, you don't care.
I agree with you. Now, I'm not saying turn over the franchise to LeBron and Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, but I agree that look, Devin Booker gets consulted in Phoenix, all right, and they haven't won anything. So you should consult your star player and see what he's thinking. And I agree, you have to get a president he respects. Not somebody that's just going to kowtow to him and let him do whatever he wants, but somebody he respects. He respects their basketball knowledge and intellect. And the same thing with a coach. You have to do that. And, otherwise, like you said, he could check out.
Well, do you remember how Michael Jordan left the Bulls? Do you remember what happened?
Because of the front office, Jerry Krause.
Do you remember that? He said very clearly, if Phil Jackson is back, I'll be back. Right. What they do? Not sign Phil Jackson.
Yep.
That's why he left.
Yep.
If you remember, so the front office, you got to look at your stars and you got to appease them. Otherwise, you're going to have a disgruntled
star player. And
player
that's going to ruin everything.
For everything, and you won't have anything for the next 3 years. It'll be a bad, bad look. And I'm telling you, they got to look at this situation and figure out what LeBron's going to be happy with. And I think you're right. That's why we haven't heard from LeBron. He's not happy about it.
No, he's not.
And he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be happy. I mean, this has been a catastrophe. Now, we know, we've talked about it. LeBron's not blameless.
No, not at all.
But this is a joke. I mean, this is an absolute – and to be honest, he should be feeling a certain kind of way about Magic too right now.
Right, for just
not
dipping
forever,
on him, right?
Right.
Yeah, for just dipping, not pulling his coat like, hey, man, you know what? But Magic was – when he – accepted the job, he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. If you heard what he said, man, who does that? Who gets a job saying I'm gonna give myself a time limit and you know what I mean? Right. And if I'm out of here, that means that I ain't. You already giving yourself an out.
But I bet
when you take something on, you say, hey man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna succeed and do the best I can. And then eventually, when you start seeing the ship going down and you yelling Mayday, then you could go ahead and bow out like, hey man, it didn't work. I tried my best, but. Abruptly just do it how he did. I think LeBron got to be mad at that.
Yeah,
but if Magic were to talk to him, when everything and just said, dude, this is what went down. She's running this thing. She stripped me of any power. I was trying to get this thing righted. I know you don't have that much time. I was trying to get Luke out of here. I wanted Pelinka out of here. I was trying to get this thing together.
That would make.
She was in my way.
I think that would infuriate LeBron. Like, wow. So you was the main reason why I came. They wouldn't listen to you,
right?
That we were gonna have my vision.
They're not listening to me,
right?
I mean, I look. Magic and LeBron eventually will be fine. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna ruin their relationship, but for right now, LeBron should be upset, and I don't think that explanation, like tomorrow, would make LeBron feel any better.
No, he had to do that right afterwards.
But the way Magic did it, and I'm with you that if they strip him of his power or don't let him just run basketball the way he wants, you got to do what you did. He didn't do it the right way, though.
But I'm telling you,
he did not do it the right way.
It infuriated him so much that he didn't even go like, oh, okay, I'll just go home with my tail between my legs. She just bossed me and told me like this is her thing, right? And I'm just gonna. Magic don't need money.
But so you think he did it the right way?
I just think that at that time, once she said, "You ain't running the Lakers, I'm the boss here."
Really, if that's how it happened, he should have just told her right then, like, "Hey, well, you know what?
You
got the wrong guy for the job. You got the wrong guy for the job."
And I don't think she told him like that. I mean, obviously, look,
not like that.
Maybe she did. Something happened.
Because I just don't see
the way he did it.
The way he
wasn't
did
right.
it tells you something, Chris. That you know,
like
how
it just clicked in his head.
Like, what am I doing
He
here?
said he was thinking because they met the day before for 3 hours.
Right.
Something happened in that meeting that got him thinking, you know what? I don't want this. Because he said all day he was thinking about it. He was crying and all that.
It looked like he was crying.
He looked like he was. Remember that?
He did cry yesterday, I believe. He did cry. And but, you know, he didn't do it the right way. The way it should have been done is today, the day after the season's over, he, Jeannie, and Pelinka have a press conference. You announce it, and you move on.
Right.
But when you're so mad like that, that's what you just said.
There's no excuse. There is no excuse to that.
I'm not saying
that's exactly what should have waited to the end of the season.
But I'm telling you, he was just like, I'm out of here. I don't want this. I don't want to deal with this.
But he didn't look furious yesterday.
No, but he looked
sad.
Yeah, sad and really because this is his. I mean, the Lakers. Come on, everything he has is because of the Lakers and his career there. So. But they're a mess right now.
A dumpster fire right now.
A dumpster fire.
Can you
no
smell
question.
that?
It's funky.
It's the odd couple. Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, and NBA champion Eddie House is with us. Keep it locked. Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Who loves bacon? Of course you do. And for bacon lovers everywhere, Little Caesars has brought back the bacon-wrapped deep, deep dish for only $12. It's wrapped with more than 3 feet of bacon, then topped with pepperoni and even more bacon. The bacon-wrapped deep, deep dish. Only $12 at Little Caesars. Order one today on our app and skip the register with Pizza Portal pickup. Available at participating locations, plus tax where applicable.
Hi, my name's Ken, and I own Good Start Packaging in Bedford, New Hampshire. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. And last year, that added up to $36,000 in cash back. That's right, $36,000. Thanks to that, I was able to offer healthcare to my employees. The Spark Cash Card did a lot for my business. Imagine what it could do for yours. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers paid for real stories. Credit approval required.
Oh my goodness. Clay Travis is back at it again. Did you hear this on Outkick the Coverage?
We bring in Michael Avenatti. He is right now going to war with Nike. This story that you're involved in, I am utterly fascinated by because the evidence that you have put out there is every bit as damning, if not more so, against Nike as what the government has put forward about Adidas. So I want to start with this question. How in the world did you get involved in this case?
I was approached by a client, an AAU basketball coach, Gary Franklin Sr. out of Los Angeles, who asked me to get involved on his behalf because Nike had basically cut his legs out from underneath him when he finally blew the whistle on him and told him that he wouldn't go along with their scheme any longer to pay amateur players. And look, people can think whatever they want to think about me personally and politically, but the documents don't lie, Clay. And we posted the documents, and no one has yet to claim that we fabricated any documents because, of course, we didn't. I mean, there's text messages, there's bank statements, there's emails. Nike hasn't denied a single thing that I've said, which should tell you volumes.
So walk me through, as if you were talking to a jury, what happened with Zion, what evidence you have that connects Zion and his family to Nike.
There was a audio wiretap that was intercepted where Zion evidently was demanding certain financial benefits to go play at Kansas. Well, we know he ultimately did not go to play at Kansas. And we're alleging that the reason he went to Duke was because Nike.
To get the rest of what Clay Travis said, podcast it by searching Outkick the Coverage. And as always, you can hear Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dan Patrick Show.
You might want to heed Magic's words. Running a team might sound like it's a lot of fun. But boy, there's a lot of work involved in it. You have to be all in, but for Magic Johnson, it just wasn't worth it. We can go back. It's a cautionary tale. How many times during the season did I say the Lakers have to look at this season as just let's kind of see what we have here. Patience was the word I kept coming back to, and they couldn't be patient. Here's Magic Johnson making the announcement yesterday.
Today, I'm going to step down as the president. And she doesn't know I'm standing here, but it's the right thing to do.
Out of respect to Jeannie Buss, the respect is you go tell Jeannie what you're doing. You imagine Jeannie, wait, what's Magic talking about here? Wait, Magic stepping down? Wait a minute here.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Oh, man, is it fun.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Come on! Can you believe that I get paid to do this?
Neither can we. But you are the one and only Dan Patrick.
That's called a hot take.
And along with the Danettes,
most of them have been under a cloud of controversy here.
he's delivering the best guests and hottest takes on your air.
Yeah?
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Shut up.
And you can hear him right here.
This is what it is right now.
Weekdays.
Okay.
9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
It's time to play everyone's favorite game. Name That Hum. On the Doug Gottlieb Show. 3 hums, 1 guess. To answer, just listen to the Doug Gottlieb Show right here.
That's on the Doug Gottlieb Show, Fox Sports Radio.
3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific.
On Fox Sports Radio.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Fox Sports trending now.
Tonight is night 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. First round action is underway. Lightning with a 2-0 lead over the Blue Jackets. They've got 3 minutes to go in the first period there. Already on the board early in the first period, the Islanders with a 1-0 early lead over the Penguins. And in the West, Blues and Jets get underway in just a few moments. 7 of the 8 playoff spots are clinched in the NBA's Eastern Conference. 3 seeds are still up for grabs, though. Final spot will go to either the Pistons or the Hornets. Pistons will be without Blake Griffin tonight as they take on the Knicks. Meanwhile, the Hornets need a win and a Pistons loss in order to make the playoffs. In college news, Duke star R.J. Barrett officially announced he is entering the NBA draft. I'm Deb Carson.
We are Fox Sports. Do you know who this is?
Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple. One guy's married. One guy is divorced. One guy has no kids. One guy has 2 beautiful daughters. One guy went to college in a cornfield in Ohio. One guy went to an Ivy League school in the big city. One guy spends his Sunday morning seated in the pew.
Sweet Jesus.
The other spends it throwing money at the pole. Can these 2 sports writers share a radio show without driving each other crazy? From the Geico studios of Fox Sports Radio, here's the Odd Couple, Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
It is the Odd Couple. I'm Chris, he's Rob, and he's Eddie, as in Eddie House. We are coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in your car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And guys, look, I think with all due respect to Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time. And he's had many different iterations of his Laker career, his playing career. Then he came back and played, and that was short-lived. Then he coached for 16 games.
I was at his first game back.
Started well. His first game when he played, when he made that pass and faked out Spreewell, that was nice. He actually played. I thought he played pretty well.
But it was so weird because he came back as a power forward, and I was like, wow.
He was giving them like 15, 8, and 6 or something.
I was also at that All-Star game when he came back, and he wasn't in the league, and they put him in the game in Orlando.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
He was great in that. That was one of the probably the
super
most memorable All-Star game
ever.
Yeah, but anyway, at that end, of course, as a front office executive, how do you guys think that this iteration of Magic's Lakers tenure, the executive aspect, will be remembered? The presidency.
Not good. But it's not going to change anything about Magic because people just love Magic. And whenever you win a championship, it's gonna supersede.
Or 5.
Right, but I'm just saying. but people remember those special days when there's the parade, and I remember when we won, and nothing can take away from that because he had so much success. And yes, there'll be all kinds of stories about what happened. People are upset. There's no doubt about it. That'll go away. Magic will continue to be that guy and the smile that you remember and all that. I really don't think it will damage him long term. Are people mad at Magic right now? Absolutely.
As president, I look at it as not as bad as everybody else looks at it, right? He wasn't there that long. And then on top of that, he created cap space.
Right.
He landed the big star. So
did he really?
I mean,
yeah.
That's box office. You got to get somebody.
I'm just saying.
How is he not the biggest? Come on, stop it.
No, not that. I mean that he wanted to be here whether Magic was GM or not.
You telling me that if Magic wasn't here, Magic was the driving force. He didn't meet with anybody but Magic.
No, because he was destined to come to LA for Hollywood.
I agree that he wanted to come, but I'm telling you, if it was
the
Jim Buss still running
I don't
know that he would have done. We don't know for a fact, but look,
but based off
LeBron,
of what?
Listen, this is the whole reason. We just had a discussion about
some type
this.
of stability in the front office.
Oh, he got it because he walked out in 1 year.
Did we not just have a discussion about this? That LeBron is probably super mad at Magic for pulling this off. So why would you be mad at somebody that didn't get you here in the first place? You mad because you came here because you thought he was going to be here the whole time you was here.
Well, I just think that he's mad now because he doesn't. The whole everything that he thought was going to be is in flux. He's on a bad team that didn't make the playoffs.
Well, they would have made the playoff. He doesn't get hurt.
No, I don't know about that. I don't
do.
believe that. I'm not convinced.
Of course you're not. The boat is never convinced.
What you talking about?
You picked them to make the playoffs.
Did I pick them to lose too? Not make the playoffs?
You picked them to make the playoffs
when he was healthy.
And he just said that. You're not sure about that, but you did. You're not sure about yourself?
No, I know what I said back then.
All right.
But then I looked and I saw what was going on, and I said, this team's not making the playoffs. Anyway, all I'm saying is rack them. Yeah, rack them up. That LeBron, I forgot my thought. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Here's Magic talking about getting LeBron.
Listen, everybody say I couldn't bring LeBron. See that dude back there? See him? They said, see, a guy wasn't going to come, but LeBron would never come here without another superstar. That's what everybody said. Did he come? Okay, he here.
Here's how much respect LeBron has for Magic. When LeBron lost that championship in 2011 to Dallas, he texted Magic that summer and was like, hey, I got to get over the hump, wanting advice, and so he has great respect for Magic. And I'm with you, Eddie. Look, Magic certainly made some bad moves. There's no question about it. However, he did clear the cap space to get not only LeBron, but look, at the very least, you got a shot at getting another free agent.
Right.
The Lakers are relevant, and everybody's talking about, he traded D'Angelo Russell. I'm convinced with LeBron here, D'Angelo Russell would not have done that here in the Lakers, in the West. Too.
And I'm not sure how much LeBron would have been looking at him like he cool after what he did.
Right.
I mean, I
that
think
was the thing, and not just LeBron, but the rest of the
right.
Rockets.
Well, exactly.
Once it didn't stop Brooklyn from making the playoffs.
Well, I think Brooklyn, a new team, he was able to turn the page, new place. And
right.
some of them,
I'm just saying
some people might not even know he did that on that team.
The young
kid might not even know he did that.
I agree with that.
And then Julius Randle, everybody's talking, and I like Julius Randle's game, but everybody talking about him like he's all NBA. He was putting up these numbers on a bad team. His numbers didn't lead. You always talk about empty numbers. His numbers in New Orleans didn't lead to any type of victory.
Kyle Kuzma put up numbers on a bad team too the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. As long as you're consistent.
But my point is,
I'm
how
fine
many
with
20-point scores can I have?
No, I'm just saying.
I got LeBron, Brandon, Ingram, Kyle Kuzma.
You're consistent.
You think Randall's going to score 22?
No, I'm just saying you're
consistent.
20? That's all. I'm just saying you're consistent.
So my point is just that, again, Magic made some mistakes. I think trading Zubac, not that he's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but at the trade deadline for Mike Muscala was a mistake. But as soon as he got there, what they do? They got rid of Timothy Mozgov, Luol Deng's contract.
See, Magic
and
made
now you got a shot.
That's all you want. You want a chance. You want to be in, at least be in the dance.
No, I get it. I just think Magic, I don't know if he was all the way up for the job or not. There were some other issues because everybody first guessed those players that they brought in on the 1-year contract. Right, Chris? You said, we're the shooters. Everybody did. Everybody
like,
right?
What in the world?
Eddie, when you saw those guys, right? Did
like
you go,
need shooters. LeBron needs shooters.
Where are they?
Now, in fairness to Magic, I do believe this is an educated opinion. This is not just speculation. When they met for those 3 hours on July 1st, Magic, LeBron, they talked about this roster, and LeBron was in agreement as well that, look, we tried in Cleveland to outshoot Golden State, and we couldn't do it. All right, the way to beat them, when we beat them in 2016, we got physical with them. We slowed it down. We banged them. And he also felt like, I want some playmaking. Now, it was wrong. But I'm just saying it wasn't
that was
just
the
Magic.
idea.
Yeah,
that was the idea.
It was a bad idea.
That was the idea. And not only LeBron, it was a few of those players on there.
It was a bad idea.
And that's exactly what they were saying. Like, they felt like they would be able to basically strong arm.
Right.
Strong arm.
Right.
Yeah, but you got to make some shots too.
You do, man. But if you strong arm and they ain't making shots, then.
And look, to your point, Eddie, it was working pretty well before LeBron got hurt.
If he gets hurt, they're in the playoffs.
They were
man.
2.5 games from the nice seed.
What was their seed?
Stop it!
What was their seed?
But Rob, that's how it was. But that's how it was all year, though. That's how it was all season long.
Exactly.
It was a few amount of games that spare you for the difference between second, third, and 10th.
It's still in flux.
Yeah, right.
It's still in flux.
And you know what? You shouldn't really count that Zubac trade against Magic. Because he thought he was getting a case of Moscato, and it just didn't work out for him.
Kawhi don't even think that's funny. Kawhi better not laugh. He ain't getting no rim shot for that. He getting a rim shot.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie was asking for it.
Eddie, we've been on the air like 8 months. Rob's gotten 3 rim shots.
Oh, stop.
And he tells 10 jokes a show. So his batting average is lower
I had to
than,
give him one,
than
man.
Chris
I'm looking
Davis.
out for you,
I'm
man.
trying to get
his batting average lower than Chris Davis.
There's my man right there.
All right, it's the odd couple, Chris Broussard, Rob Parker. Look, it's your turn to weigh in.
Yes.
We haven't taken calls yet. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Was the Magic Johnson era as president of the Lakers a success or a failure? Remember, he did get LeBron. We'll continue the conversation with you next. Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Today, I'm going to step down as a president.
You stare at your phone.
I actually think that could get a little bit confusing.
And boom.
A social media addiction.
There we are, dropping information on that ass. Pick up the phone, baby. Our social media can't and won't be beat.
Remember, all that stuff is for the fans.
This is Fox Sports Radio.
Who loves bacon? Of course you do. And for bacon lovers everywhere, Little Caesars has brought back the bacon-wrapped deep dish for only $12. It's wrapped with more than 3 feet of bacon, then topped with pepperoni and even more bacon. The bacon-wrapped deep dish. Only $12 at Little Caesars. Order one today on our app and skip the register with Pizza Portal pickup. Available at participating locations, plus tax where applicable.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive Little Blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4hims.com/win. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/win. That's 4hims.com/win for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/win.
It's always good to be in the know, but it's especially important when it comes to your personal information, like your Social Security number. That's why Discover is here to help. They send an alert if they find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And best of all, this service is free for card members. All you have to do is sign up online. It's just one more way Discover looks out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations do apply.
Meet Clay Travis's right side of the braid.
You can tell our radio show apart from the lower quality imitation.
Now meet Clay Travis's left side of the braid.
That's despite the fact that nothing on this show actually works.
But somehow, They bring you the most informative humble brags on the radio.
That's true. I think there's some truth to that.
It's Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis. And you can hear it right here. Weekdays, 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Jason Smith and Mike Harmon are dropping knowledge like this.
This was a game that we all thought was going to be terrible, right? We thought this was going to be just awful, and certainly it started out that way.
Well, aesthetically, right? It was going to be a close game, a hard-fought game.
But it's going to be 21-20.
Yeah, but it's going to be a grind. It's going to be uncomfortable.
It was a Mets game to start. It was 3-2.
Well, we got to that first TV timeout, and everybody across America was going, wait, what am I watching? We thought it would be low scoring, but it took 7 minutes for Texas Tech to hit a basket.
We were at the 12-minute mark, and it was 12-3 Virginia. 12-3 at the 12-minute mark, and I'm thinking this is exactly the game I thought it was going to be. This is exactly the game I thought, and it's just going to be awful. It's going to be 51-47, and we're going to have to make chicken salad out of this game. We talk about it. It's going to be as bad as we thought it was going to be. And then something happened. This game changed. You want to know what changes and turn this into an absolute thriller? It changed when Texas Tech went to their bench. Brandon Francis comes in. They also bring in Kyler Edwards. And these guys combine to go for 29 points. But more importantly, Francis comes off the bench when they had 3 points. And he hits a 3 off a screen. And then that was it. That changed momentum in every part of the game because Texas Tech had a great strat. They weren't getting loose. So what did they do? They set up screens for threes, right? It was pretty easy. It was guy with the ball. They would screen the screen the defender, couple of steps into 3. It was not fancy passing into the lane. It was just we have to force the.
To get the rest of what Jason Smith and Mike Harmon said, podcast it by searching The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. And as always, you can hear The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Come on! Can you believe that I get paid to do this?
Neither can we, but you are the one and only Dan Patrick.
That's called a hot take.
And along with the Danettes,
most of them have been under a cloud of controversy here.
He's delivering the best guests and hottest takes on your air.
Yeah?
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Shut up.
And you can hear him right here.
This is what it is right now.
Weekdays.
Okay.
9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. There's so many different places to hear sports. We're not stupid. We know this.
What? I had to do a double take?
Wait a minute.
But you choose us. Why?
Why?
They're huge. Because we give you this.
The vast Fox Sports Radio Network.
Thank you for choosing us.
This is kind of what happens.
Okay.
Over all the other crap out there.
And you know what?
I think the media is just gone insane.
We're Fox Sports Radio. Saturday on FS1, the Rockies take on the Giants at 4 Eastern. Then NL East rivals square off as Robinson Cano leads the Mets against Freddie Freeman and the Braves. It's an MLB doubleheader Saturday on FS1.
At Farmers Insurance, we know every windshield collision has a unique sound. Beetle, bird poop, drone. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
No, we ain't trying to spectate. No, just trying to communicate. Yeah,
it's the Odd Couple, Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Worship Wednesday brought to you by Mako. Rob Parker. You might not be able to get a new car with your tax refund, but you can make your old car feel like it's brand new. All it needs is a great paint job. So come into Mako today and get your dream paint job during their tax season sales event. All right, Rob. Let's throw it out to the callers. 877-99 on Fox.
We want to know.
877-996-6369.
Yes,
what do you think
sir.
about Magic's tenure as the Lakers president? Let's start with Robert in Irvine, California. Robert, you're on with the Odd Couple.
Hey, I'm going to have to call this a failure and a tragic year for the Magic Johnson era. And I've got 4 reasons, right? We've got Lou Williams, Julius Randle, Zubac, and, of course, we got D'Angelo Russell. He brought a guy in that tore apart our team in LeBron James with his love for AD. And now we're just sitting here holding a bag full of parts that just don't fit together. We've got to build a team around a guy who wants to be in Space Jam. And it's making...
Hold on, there has a history. Michael Jordan was in Space Jam right before his second three-peat.
Sure. But Michael Jordan also had a killer instinct, and we don't have that in LeBron James. And so now we're going to sit here. We're going to wait to see what this guy wants to do. And just like Magic Johnson, it appears he likes to crumble under the pressure when it's put on him. And I'm starting to think Mitch and Jim were geniuses, and maybe they were trying to keep. Maybe they were trying to.
With that.
Hey,
maybe they're trying to keep LeBron away from the franchise by signing Deng and signing the Mozgov contract. Because we all know he had eyes on LA.
Mitch and Jim who tried to get Carmelo Anthony here?
Hey,
Mitch and Jim who gave Timothy Mozgov, what was it, $60 million?
Exactly.
Something like
it's
that?
bad deals. Hey, Robert, thanks for the call. What about Brandon in Houston? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got, Brandon?
Man, hey, guys. Just first of all, let me say, I listen to y'all show every day while I'm driving this rig. Y'all are the greatest.
Thank you, brother.
On the radio.
On
the radio. Let me say that on
All
the
right,
radio.
that's nice.
But,
Thank you.
Nah, we just going to take it as the greatest,
Exactly.
period.
We are the greatest of all time.
But I'm going to say this. This started long before this year when there was reports that Magic passed on Boogie Cousins for Ingram. That was strike one. When you had a chance to get Paul George to don't make a move, that's strike two. And to turn back around and say Boogie was free just to rehab and you still don't go get him. Rob, you said this on Undisputed a long time ago. This team was constructed to get Luke Walton fired. And Jenny had to put her foot down. This wasn't Luke's fault. But Magic was a disaster since he'd been hired.
Wait, so you saying you're mad that he didn't go after DeMarcus Cousins?
I'm mad at to say that he had a chance. He didn't have a chance to get stars, but you had DeMarcus Cousins for Ingram before the blood clock, and you don't pull the trigger. That's a bad GM and president.
Well, hold on. They have a chance. They have a chance. If they want Boogie Cousins this summer, they can get him.
How much is it going to cost you?
I mean, Boogie Cousins probably going to want you could maybe a 1-year deal, 20-something million.
That's Boogie Cousins.
So what if they get Boogie? I mean, you're going to get Boogie with the cap space that Magic created. That's all I'm not saying Magic was Jerry West. Don't get me wrong. But
not even pull the trigger for Paul George? Not even try to go for him? Like, sit back and put your hands up like, oh, he going to come to us?
Well, he made a mistake.
I agree. He should have went out and got Paul George. And think, if you had Paul George locked in, then you get LeBron coming?
Oh, yeah.
No, I agree with that.
That was a mistake. Thanks, Brandon, for the call.
Let's go to Freddie in Seattle. Freddie, you're on with Chris and Rob.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother?
Great, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I love the show, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Now, Rob, you hater.
Wow.
He just came right out the box.
Hey,
he didn't even soften it with a bold or a chuckle. He just said, "You a hater."
Hey, no, man. I swear, man, you brothers, y'all make me proud. I swear to God, every time I listen to you guys, man. But I have one quick question for Rob, who claims to be the baseball guru. Who won the World Series in 1994, Rob?
There was no World Series champion in 1994.
My man, there you go.
It was a strike.
You thought you was getting Rob? Come on.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, get to the basketball, though. You got to get to the basketball.
Come
All right,
on.
go ahead.
Chris, you knew I knew that.
Nah, he knew it right off the top. He wasn't even looking on the internet for that one.
Exactly. So, hey, back to the Magic thing. I really think that it was kind of a success because we was able to land LeBron. And let's be realistic, Chris. What would we be more happier with? Would it fulfill our insatiable appetite if the Lakers lost at a different level, like make the playoffs and lose in the first round? We didn't have high expectations coming into the year anyway, in my opinion.
Nah, you're right. Well, that's a good point. Look, I'm not trying to say Magic was terrific. All I'm trying to say is he did create the cap space and the hope for you to go get two superstars. You have one in LeBron. He's made you relevant. Would you rather have Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, all the young boys, Julius Randle, you'd have D'Angelo or Lonzo, but would you rather have those guys that you had last year and no LeBron?
There's only
and
two.
How you going to get better?
There's only two wins difference. There's only two wins
because
of the injury.
Oh, yes. I love LeBron addition. You get no argument from me there. When you talk about arguably one of the greatest players to ever play the game coming to a franchise that's traditionally known for having big-time players such as LeBron, you get no argument from me there, Chris and Rob.
All right, Freddie, thanks. Thanks for the call. What about D in New York? Hey, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, D?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all been?
Man, great.
How are you?
I just say it was Magic's term is it was a success for him, making cap space to bring LeBron. It was a failure because they didn't make the playoffs.
Hey, D, you know we don't play that, right? Homie don't play that. Was it a success or a failure? You can't pick both.
Honestly, it was a complete failure.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
I think.
Now, why you let him play you like that?
What?
I've been sitting here for 10 minutes saying, look, it wasn't as bad as everybody's saying.
No, but you can't play the middle of the road. I want you to pick something.
But success or failure, it wasn't either.
Yes, it was.
It was not a total failure, and it wasn't a total success. Go ahead, D.
I was just saying, he made cap space to get LeBron there. But it was a fair because there was no one else that came with him.
But we got a summer left. And again, I don't think they're going to get any of these tier 1 free agents. But what if they get a Jimmy Butler?
But when they got
what
LeBron,
if they get a Boogie Cousins? What if they get a Kemba Walker and next year they're the 3rd seed and lose in the second round? I mean, that's better than what you've been for the last 6 years.
But when they got LeBron, they got an aging star who was injury prone.
An aging star who averaged 27, 8, and 8.
That's
and
all right.
Injury prone.
Out of the
what are you talking about?
He's injury prone this year.
All right.
All right. Thanks, D. We appreciate it.
Let's go to Rich in Chi-Town. Rich, you're on with Chris and Rob.
It's Mitch. It's Mitch.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right. What's happening?
We putting that on Rob G. He typed in Rich.
That's okay, but fellas, I mean, you guys jumped all over me when I said it was a Magic Johnson problem. That was early on, and boy, am I right. But
I don't remember us jumping on you. I don't remember
the call. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
We'll take your word for it.
No, yeah, but I'm proud of you guys. I really am, and I want you. And when Eddie was on there, I was hoping he'd still be on the line because I agree with the callers. I mean, you guys you keep Skip honest, and Eddie helps keep him honest too. We love Skip, but you got to keep him honest.
Yep.
And I'm really sad about this. I mean,
are you a Magic Johnson fan?
I love Magic.
Right.
I love LeBron. I love Magic. I said it was a Magic Johnson problem, but I always thought Magic could pull it off. I thought he could get the job done. And it's just this family, this love family thing. We love him like a son and all that. You got to let Magic run the operation. He's got to be able to.
It's been a mess with all that. I mean, come on.
You got to let that stuff go. You can't run a business like that, Mitch. No doubt. Thanks for the call. Hey, let's go to Paul in Tampa. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Paul?
Hey, guys. Good show. I always listen to you guys, like both of you guys. So let me just say a couple things about Magic. I'm 39 years old, almost 40. I've been following Magic, as long as I can remember. But I was never a big fan of this move. I didn't like what he did 2 years ago. I love Jason Tatum coming out of Duke. I'm not a Duke guy, and he got sucked in with the whole, ball situation with UCLA. That was a disaster. But Chris, I heard you a lot today on Colin. I thought you said some great things, and I thought one of the biggest things that Magic probably did yesterday, and I think he should have just stopped doing it, was the whole, come on, he tells everybody, 25 inches for the tip that he's stepping down, you should have went into office behind closed doors and announced and had a statement come out and just say, hey, we're having a divorce. But the one thing about the Lakers is I don't know when's this going to change. It started with Marcus Aldridge 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
Or at the same place. We didn't even get it. We got a disastrous interview. But here's the thing. I kind of feel like the Lakers right now, unfortunately, are the Knicks what they were. They're kind of going down the Knicks road because I love Jeannie, but listen, we got to start calling her out a little bit. And right, I know she's not selling the team, but I don't know if I'm not saying she's not a good leader, but. And I heard about, should we get Jerry? Come on, guys. Jerry West is like 80 years old.
He is 80,
Pat Riley.
But I tell you what, if you could you wouldn't want Jerry West? I would want Jerry West. You seen Rob. He's in great shape.
No.
I get it. He is 80, though. I feel you. All right, we're the Odd Couple brought to you by Discover Card. Discover alerts you if they find your Social Security on any one of thousands of risky websites. You listening, Rob? Because do you be on them risky websites?
Who, me?
It's free for card
Are they that
members.
risky?
Just sign up online.
You don't say.
At discover.com.
I just feel good after.
Free alerts. Limitations do apply. All right. 10 years ago, Magic Johnson said his dream was to own an NBA team. Do you think he still feels that way today? Hall of Fame sports writer Rick Reilly, the legend, will tell us next. But first, let's bring in Deb Carson for the latest in sports. Deb.
Hello, gentlemen. Well, 7 of the 8 NBA playoff spots are clinched in the Eastern Conference. The final spot will either go to the Pistons or the Hornets. Charlotte needs a win and a Pistons loss to even get in. And right now the Hornets are up 16-12 over the Magic. 5 to go in the first. Pistons playing without Blake Griffin tonight. They lead at New York 28-13 over the Knicks with 4 to go in the first. There's a lot of jockeying for seeding going on underway in the Eastern Conference. Some of the other notable scores, the Nets trailing the Heat 18-17. Miami with the lead, 3 to go in the first. Thunder and the Bucks are underway as well. Milwaukee with a 29-26 home lead over Oklahoma City. A minute to go in the first. Other NBA news, Celtics guard Marcus Smart has a torn left oblique. Could miss the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. In college hoops, Duke star R.J. Barrett officially announced he's entering the NBA draft. The SEC's Freshman of the Year, Kentucky Frosh Keldon Johnson, entering the NBA draft. He's leaving the door open, though. He says he's going to do some research, find out from scouts if he will be a lottery pick or not. If he will not be a lottery pick or is not likely to, he's going to head back to school. Your check engine light has met its match. If your check engine light's on, the free AutoZone Fix Finder service will help you find the likely cause, saving you time and money. Get in the zone. AutoZone. On the ice, first night of the NHL's Stanley Cup playoffs. First round action underway in Tampa Bay. Lightning with a 3-1 home lead over the Blue Jackets. 9 to go in the second period. 10 to go in the first period. Jets and Blues are still scoreless. Islanders are up 2-1 over the Penguins at the first intermission. In golf, Englishman Matt Wallace won the par 3 contest today at the Masters. He defeated 1988 Masters champ Sandy Lyle in the third playoff hole. We'll be back with the Odd Couple in 10 seconds, but first a word from Farmers.
At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
This is Fox Sports Radio's The Odd Couple. Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, back to you guys.
Thank you, Deb.
You bet.
It is The Odd Couple coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 15% or more on your car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. The only hard part is figuring out which way is easier.
What
we got
a thrill.
Special guest
my goodness.
in studio. He's a legendary sports writer, a Hall of Fame sports writer, also an author. None other than the great Rick Reilly. And Rick, I want to say this. We'll get to it in the next segment.
I thought you had Plaschke on or something.
No, not at all.
But you have a new book. It came out Tuesday. It's called Commander-in-Chief, How Golf Explains Trump.
Yes.
It's on sale now. It's number 6 on the New York Times bestseller list. So congratulations. We'll get to that
later.
In the
how
next
is a
segment,
sports writer on the New York Times list?
That's unbelievable.
No idea.
That's how well you
How
write.
you got 2 sports writers on a radio show, right?
That's another good
That's
question.
That's why we're The Odd Couple.
I don't know.
A little secret, Rick. I haven't written a word since I joined Fox.
Oh, look at you.
2.5 years ago.
I've never given up writing. All these years, 33 years, I've never stopped writing.
I quit sports writing 4 years ago, but I still write movies and trying to write novels. And then this thing just took me by storm.
Wow.
I had to write this book. It made me so mad what he was telling people. So we'll get into it, but God, it's out.
So Rick, you wrote a feature because we want to talk this first segment
obviously about Magic
Johnson.
and what's going on here.
You wrote a feature on Magic for ESPN called Homecoming, and he said about 10 years ago
it was a TV show.
Oh, it was for the TV show.
Okay.
It was like we came and we went back to East Lansing, and he got to see his kindergarten teacher again and his first girl, and we brought out this he used to wear this red fur jacket in high school, and we surprised him with it. And, of course, it didn't fit at all.
I was going to say, how did that fit?
It did not fit, but he was really great. He gave us 3 days.
Wow. And he talked about wanting to own an NBA team because he said he's a control freak.
Yeah.
So knowing what you know about Magic and his personality and spend some time with him, what was your take on what went down yesterday?
Well, first of all, when he took the job, I was very surprised because I know how much he loves business. Because every time we talked to him, he was like, this, that, and, we got rid of scones in Starbucks. We put in snickerdoodles because black people don't know about no scones.
Right. We don't know what is that.
Right.
I might have a kidney scone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. From too many snickerdoodles. And then we put Crips and Bloods in the movie theater, and it's so great to see them work together. He was so into business. I'm like, why is he taking this job? This is a hard job.
Right.
Every guy I know with this job is like 10, 12 hours a day. He doesn't give any 10, 12 hours a day. So I'm sorry to see it didn't work, but I kind of thought it might not.
Yeah. I guess the other thing, too, is it just looked like Jeannie Buss as well kind of took away some of his power. I think he wanted to get rid of Luke Walton and Rob Pelinka, and I don't think she was feeling those moves. And I think once you're Magic and you're in that job and she tells you she's not agreeing with what you want to do with the team, it's kind of like makes you null and void, I think. And I think that's why he just quit the way he did.
It was such a collection of rookies. I mean, Magic didn't know what he's doing.
Pelinka,
Pelinka's
right.
new, and Luke Walton. He did that little stint when Kerr was sick. But
anybody, you could have done that.
Experience.
Yes.
God, I mean, there's always like a smaller guy that works and does all that stuff for you.
Right.
You know? And there's no small guy doing it. Like I'm looking around the front office, I don't see anybody that knows really doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, it looks, Rick, we were talking about it. It looks like the Lakers are still run like a mom and pop operation in a league now full of corporations.
And because everybody's linked to some Laker. Rob Pelinka was Kobe's agent.
Yeah.
Luke Walton was Phil Jackson's guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Magic was, of course, Dr. Jerry Buss's close friend. You know what I mean? So every time they hire, Mitch Kupchak's wife is in the front office. Mitch Kupchak. Kurt Rambis. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a family affair.
Yeah. And I ride my bike up and down the beach. I live in Hermosa Beach. Well, we live in Italy 3 months a year, and then we're here.
What a life!
Wow. I mean, I just thought I'd drop that on you.
That, right?
Wow.
But anyway, I see Phil Jackson.
No wonder you quit sports writing.
I see Phil Jackson in this little coffee shop in Playa del, and he's doing nothing. Like, man, I'm thinking to myself, I'd love to tell this guy, get back to work. They could use some expertise.
This was recently?
Yeah, I probably saw him, a couple months ago?
Well, I think people are wondering, will Jeannie turn to Phil Jackson and try to be president?
That's her ex, though, isn't it? They're not together anymore.
I know, but he's such a great guy, and I think they're still friends.
He should not be the president.
So when you were
right. No, I know, but I'm saying they need someone who has some experience, man.
I would love to see him get Jerry West.
He's
80 now, but
I see him all the time.
Isn't he in great shape for an 80-year-old?
He's in great shape, but he wants to kick the Lakers' ass.
Yeah,
he told me that the other day. Me and Ballmer are going to kick the Lakers' ass. He ain't
I
going
believe
to the Lakers.
that.
No, he does. It's the odd couple. We're joined by Hall of Fame sports writer Rick Reilly. So, yeah, Rick, you probably covered Magic when he played.
Of course.
Yeah, and what's your, knowing how he was as a player and now, just some takeaways from how you got to know him when he was a player.
Well, I mean, I'm so old, man. I voted for Lincoln. I've been around.
It's nice to have some good jokes on the show. For
what?
Once.
What are you trying to say?
Come on.
I want to be I want to do a 5-minute stand-up.
We're going to have you. Rick was a stand-up comedian.
I did do that for a while.
I want to do it.
And it's because I do a lot of speaking around the country, and Rick Reilly, we know who he is, so they come. But when you walk into that comedy store in frickin' Cleveland, and they're like, all right, buddy, let's see you make me laugh.
Make me laugh.
They don't even know who you are. And you're like beads of sweat trickling. And then you look at the clock and it's going backwards. Right. Get me the hell out of here.
It is tough, huh? You hear that, Rob?
I know, but I still want to do it
Did
once.
you try it?
Not yet. You know what I'm afraid of, Rick? You know what I'm afraid of, seriously? I don't want to go do it. And then, you know how this business is we're in, and then the suits are like, what's this on the internet, and what did you say?
Because his jokes are dirty.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No,
you know what I'm saying?
You can't be PG. You don't have any PG jokes?
No, I don't have time for that.
Oh, you're definitely getting fired.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look, Rick, Rob has one problem, one obstacle that's stopping him from being a stand-up. He's not funny. I mean, other than that, he's got everything you need.
Thank you, Chris. I
good
appreciate
dancer,
that.
though, and a good kisser. Excellent kisser, man.
But, I just think the Lakers, what is it like? You say you covered Magic. I mean, you most of your career, the Lakers, they've been the glamour franchise of the NBA. They still are.
Now they have
what is it like to see them for 6 straight losing seasons out of the playoffs? And beyond that, that's bad enough. But it's just a mess. It's a dumpster fire.
I'm a Nuggets fan. I don't care about the
There you go.
Yeah, it's unusual, but everything. Hey, I've been in this business so long, up and down. But I really makes me sad when people are like, well, now we got to rethink Magic's whole life. No, you don't.
No.
He has always been the stand-up, great guy, achiever. He's a leader. In high school, he was a leader then. He could have been president of his class every single year if he wanted. He brings people together, man, and you know how he is. He puts his arm around you. Rick Reilly, one of the real, he's always got some compliment. He looks you right in the eye.
Right.
And he works the magic on you. He really does. But it's real. It's real. Like, Trump does that too. But it's phony.
I always say
when I played golf with him
with Trump.
One time I played golf with him, and he's introducing me like, this is Rick Reilly. He's the publisher of Sports Illustrated.
Is that what he said?
I'm looking around like, no, I'm not. This is Rick Reilly. He's the editor of Sports Illustrated. No, I'm not. And then there'd be some guy like, oh, this is Antoine. He was voted best spaghetti chef in the world. And he's like, no, I'm not.
Right. Wow. It was always trumped up.
It's always I call it the Trump bump. Everything gets. I saw Lee Trevino. I said, have you ever met Trump? He goes, I played the course next to Mar-a-Lago, and I shot 73 or something. I'm getting showered. I'm leaving. Trump sees me. Lee Trevino, greatest player of all time. Lee, what'd you shoot out here? I shot 73. Oh, and he starts introducing. This is Lee Trevino, greatest player of all time. Shot 69 today.
Oh, wow.
Really?
He lowered the score.
Then there goes the pro shot.
So
Lee
he
Trevino
didn't just start lying when he got in office.
This is Lee Trevino. He just shot 66. Lee
What?
goes, Rick, I had to leave the place before I set the course record.
Unbelievable.
All right. Well, on that note, President Trump might be the biggest cheater in the history of golf, and Rick Reilly has the proof to back it up. He'll tell us all about it next. It's The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
The regular season is winding down.
Both of you stand here and watch this.
Now, the real playoff season can begin.
Giannis down the lane.
East Coast.
Harden step back 3.
West Coast. Who pop bottles with the Larry O'Brien Trophy? Find out on Fox Sports Radio.
It's so nice now that the kids are asleep.
Cheers.
We got the kids, our house, a stable income.
Checking off all the boxes.
But there's one box we haven't checked off.
What's that?
Life insurance.
We don't need to think about that now. We're young.
That's why now is the best time. Life insurance gets more expensive the older you get.
But I don't have time to do a blood test. It's such a hassle to meet with someone just to get a quote.
Not with Ethos.
Ethos?
It's a modern kind of life insurance. You just answer 4 quick questions at getethos.com and get a free instant quote. No pushy salespeople. And no medical exams required for policies covering under $1 million. You can apply online in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Let's do it.
But then what will we do for the rest of the night?
I'm sure we can think of something.
Get your free instant quote and submit your complete application in minutes. Just go to getethos.com. That's ETHOS. Getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Even on the weekends, we're delivering the sports and entertainment you need.
Yeah.
This is the Jonas Knox Show.
I can't be the only one that saw that and thought, oh boy, we got another Bob Kraft on our hands, huh? The way that that's phrased, McCarthy would sneak her up a back stairway to his office while the rest of the team prepared for that week's opponent. Like everybody else is drawing up how they're going to beat Khalil Mack, and then all of a sudden Mike McCarthy's got a masseuse sneaking her up the back. Like what is this? Like what is the back way to Mike McCarthy's office? Does he have one of those fake fireplaces and you pull a candle down and it opens up and the woman walks in? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's like, what is, it's like a castle? Is it like one of those haunted houses at a carnival where you drive around the haunted house at the carnival? And my friends and I used to do this all the time. You hop in the car, and then the second you go through the doors and it closes, you get out of the car, and then you jump around and start smacking people in the face behind closed doors. And then all this is going on, and then you hop back in your car before you go through the other doors, and you just sit there like nothing happened inside. Was that Mike McCarthy? Did he pull a candle down and the fireplace opened up and all of a sudden the masseuse sneaked in there? Like, that can't have just been put in there just coincidentally after the Bob Kraft stuff comes out. So when I saw that in the article, I just thought to myself, There's no way that's just coincidental. I couldn't have been the only one that thought that. Like Mike McCarthy would sneak her up a back stairway in his office. Like, what does she do, Frayne on Shawshank? Like, Mike McCarthy's waiting until there's a thunderstorm and then breaks the sewage so that he could sneak her through there and she could swim through crap to get to his office? Like, I just don't understand.
You can podcast all of our shows by searching Fox Sports Radio. We're your 24/7 sports and entertainment network. We are Fox Sports Radio. This is the Jason Smith Show.
And my best friend,
Mike Harmon.
Of all the twists and turns we saw tonight, Virginia beating Texas Tech, there is one player who made the most money coming off of this game tonight. We talked about a lot of players. I talked about Kyle Guy. We talked about Jarrett Culver, what a great two-way guard he is. But the guy who made the most money is DeAndre Hunter. Hunter with 27 points and 7 rebounds. He had a 3 in the closing seconds to tie the game. He had a big 3 in overtime to help push Virginia's lead out. He was a lottery pick coming into this game, and now he's a guy that's gone from he's a top 10 pick to now, whoa, DeAndre Hunter's going to go in the top 5. I mean, sometimes your stock improves when you have that one game, the national championship, and he had that game tonight against a phenomenal defensive team.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon.
Yes, the last men standing.
Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah, let's go.
It's the Ben Maller Show.
This is how we do it.
UCLA has hired their new head coach, Mick Cronin, out of Cincinnati, the Bearcats coach. He is going to be the head coach at UCLA, and they got him at a good rate. This was not a straight line. To say it was not a straight line is an understatement. It was a discombobulated mess. The UCLA coaching search, the headhunters in Westwood were literally stupefied by the task at hand. Now, Cronin was an early candidate, but was put on the back burner. They're like, you know what? Let's try to find something else to eat. They didn't want the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They wanted to do something better. Mick Cronin is the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Say my name. Ben Maller. You're damn right.
Weeknights, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Just a reminder, you can podcast us. You can podcast Ben Maller, Clay Travis, Dan Patrick, Rich Eisen, Colin Cowherd.
It sounds great, and it works.
Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, Doug Gottlieb.
It's so very good.
RJ Bell, Jonas Knox, Jason Smith, and Mike Harmon.
Everybody has to do it.
You can podcast us whenever, wherever you are.
Let that one sink in.
We're Fox Sports Radio. Sports at the ready. FS1.
Please me, baby.
One.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound of a perfect hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
So for those that struggle with it, all right, you're listening to the Odd Couple, Chris Broussard, Rob Parker. We're brought to you by Little Caesars. At Little Caesars, you can get a large bacon wrap deep dish for only $12. It's wrapped with more than 3 feet of bacon. You believe that, Rick?
3 feet of bacon.
At my age, I still will eat it. I would.
Would you? You eat that
yeah,
swine?
I'll work out after.
All right.
I'll work out after. Then it's topped, after the 3 feet of bacon, it's topped with pepperoni and then even more bacon. And it's only $12 at Little Caesars. It's available at participating locations plus tax where applicable.
I hired trained pigs for Christmas for my family this year.
What?
Yeah, I always hire some crazy entertainment. I think one of the pigs was called 3 feet of bacon. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
No.
That is the voice of the Hall of Fame sports writer.
You got a rim shot for
Rick
that.
Riley and Rob Parker's idol because he also has worked as a stand-up comic.
I know, a stand-up philosopher. I like that.
Not well.
But Rick, your stuff was clean. That's what Rob got to get some
I'm
clean
wrestling
stuff.
with it. You know, the clean stuff doesn't work anymore, does it?
Oh yeah, you gotta be
funny.
Yeah. If you want that corporate speaking money, you got to be.
You got to be clean.
Because every time I go speak, they go, "Hey, Last year, Faraday was here. You can't work that blue.
You can't do
Faraday works blue, man.
Don't do
always
it.
go green.
All right.
So tell us about this
Yeah,
book.
you got a new book that came out
Commander-in-Chief,
Tuesday.
which is great. What a great
The
title
subtitles,
on it.
How Golf Explains Trump.
Okay, well,
So
here's how
tell
it,
us how it
here's
does.
how I explain. Like, I've always said golf is like bicycle shorts. It reveals a lot about a man.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? And what it reveals about this guy is that he'll do anything to win and make you think he's the best. And I don't mean just cheat on the course. Now, he tried to cheat Tiger Woods. He kicked Mike Tirico's ball in a bunker without him seeing. I mean, I got a million stories in here.
Wow.
But the thing that I think blows people away is that he says he's won 20 club championships. Now, in golf, you play at your club, and the club championship is the big award. You go against the very best players, and you don't get any shots. So if I'm a 6, so I would get no shots against like Marty Fish is at my club, Pete Sampras, they're good players.
Right.
I got no chance. He says, I've won 18 of these against the best players. And I'm like, you big liar. Because he forgot he told me how he did it, which is he plays the first round at any course he opens and buys by himself and calls that the club
And he calls
champion.
that, so he called, that's it.
What?
Yeah. And then he won one. He was in Singapore with Kim Jong-un. They played it down at Mar-a-Lago, and some other guy won it. Ted Virtue, the money behind the Green Book. And Ted Virtue wins it. Trump comes back, sees Virtue on the 12th hole, says, hey, Ted, you won, but that doesn't count if you didn't beat me. And Ted's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, you got to play me 6 holes. And Ted's like, I'd love to, but my kid's here. He's a 12-year-old kid. Well, he can play. So they're like, okay. And the SWAT team guys and the Secret Service are there. And what's he going to do? Say no to the President of the United States on his course? And so sure enough, they start playing. And, of course, Trump has his cheaty cat. He's way out front.
Right.
In the supercharged cart so they can kick it and foozle
And move it,
throw
right.
it. And, yeah, all this stuff. So Trump hits it in the water on this par 3. And the dad and the son hit it on the green. By the time they get there, Trump's lining up the kid's putt. And the kid's like, Dad, he's lining up my ball. And the caddy says, this is this is the president's ball. And the kid goes, Dad, that was a new ball. They're taking my ball. And he makes the putt, wins the bet, cheating. And now he's the club champion for the
But he takes it from a kid, a 12-year-old kid?
No, he take it from the dad, but yeah,
Right.
essentially.
Wow.
And it just gets worse from there. Like, for instance, Trump Los Angeles here, which isn't in Los Angeles, it's clear down in Palos Verdes.
Yeah.
But he says that's the best course in all of California. It's better than Pebble Beach. Well, it doesn't even rank in the top 50 in California. Pebble Beach is arguably the best course in the world, usually in the top 3 or 4. So I'm like, no way. Oh, yeah. Everyone at Pebble Beach will even tell you that. So if you walk in right now to Trump Los Angeles down there and you're wearing a Pebble shirt, the pros make you take it off and buy a...
What?
Yeah, like what?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not that's the course that fell into the sea, and it's decent, but it's not.
It ain't that. All
it's like,
that.
what planet are you living on?
That's
dude?
incredible. That is incredible. So you're not surprised at all with what we see going on daily?
No. Like he says he's a 2.8 handicap. I don't know if you guys, golf. That's really good.
That's great, yeah.
I played with him. Tiger played with him. Ernie Els. We all think he's about a 10. If
And
he's
saying 2.8 and it's
2.8, if he's a 2.8, Queen Elizabeth is a pole vaulter. There's no freaking way. So I bet him $100,000. I said, look, I'll bet you $100,000. I put it out on Twitter. You get your 2.8, I'll get my 5.4. We each got to have a rules guy. We're not using your cheating caddies.
Right.
We're not using your turbocharged cart. And it can't be at your course with your name on it.
But I'll play you.
I will play him for the house, everything, because he can't cover it.
You said that to him?
No, I tweeted it. I've said it on every show.
And he hasn't.
But
has
he's
he
not
responded?
He's not responding.
So now he won't talk to you.
I'm begging for a
He
tweet.
He didn't talk about to you for the book.
Begging for a tweet.
I
could drink imported beer the rest of my life.
You want him to rip the book, right?
Yes.
Rip the book, Trump.
So
right? Rip it.
Rob, what's my first tweet after he rips me? Okay, who read it to you?
Exactly. There you go. And then the next one is available on Amazon.
There you go.
Right. That's a good one.
Right?
Hello, we got a rim shot.
You got another one. Look at that.
That was for Rick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was banking your rim shots for me later on. Wow.
What kind of guy tries to cheat Tiger Woods? He's playing against Tiger. He hits 2 balls in the water, knocks the third one on. Tiger hits it in like to kick in from 6 inches. And Tiger says, "What are you putting for, Mr. President?" And he says, 4.
What?
He's cheating the best player in the world.
It's not even done in a fun-loving way, chuckle and
No,
he's
he
serious.
wants
to win.
To win. I mean,
but don't they say golf cheats are the worst people? Only from the standpoint of the game is built on honesty, right? Because you're out on the course
because
right,
it's so right. Because the measures, the room is so big,
right?
That you got to know I'm in the woods left, and I'm not going to cheat you. And I got to know you're in the woods right, and you're not going to cheat me because we're friends.
Right. You're not going to throw the ball and get it out of there.
My dad said, "Look, Ricky, take up this game. We call our own penalties." It meant something to me. I said in the book, I'm not so much offended as a voter. I'm offended as a golfer because he's leaving a big orange splotch on the game. Like I can go to the pawn shop right now in Ventura and get a trophy and carve winner into it. And shine it up and put it on my fireplace mantle. But when I look at it, it still reflects the face of a faker.
Right.
He's faking this.
So all those championships, he has the plaques and the trophies for him and
They're on
everything?
his locker.
Right.
I mean, one time a guy told me he came in, saw that some guy had won while he was out of town. He said, I beat that guy all the time. And all of a sudden, this poor bastard's name's coming off and Trump's name's going up.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Well, Rick, we appreciate it.
What an honor to have you in here.
Really you're starved for honor, man.
Seriously.
Great job.
Come on, man.
Go get the book, Commander in Chief, How Golf Explains Trump. Where can they get it at?
Amazon.com, BarnesNoble.com, any bookstore. I got 11,000 in my basement.
In your trunk?
Yeah, I needed it, man. I needed it. How do you think we made the New York Times list?
That's right. They used
great job, man.
Newspapers used to drown papers, to get the
That's
circulation.
true.
I know.
And that's
right.
Remember the time I caught Marge Schott hiding cars?
Yes.
So she could get the Chevrolet. She had a car dealership. And I caught her hiding cars on her property so she could get the bonus from Chevrolet. And then she showed me that Nazi armband. You remember
that was it?
Wow.
Yes.
The Reds couple.
And she was just completely lying.
Rick Reilly, thank
My
you.
man,
Keep
thank
it live.
you.
Even if you're a big-time basketball fan, there might be a few facts about the game you don't know. Like, did you know that the first baskets were actually peach baskets? Or that a warm basketball is bouncier than a cold one? Or that players can run as much as 4 miles during a game? Well, here's another fact you might not know that's actually really helpful if you need to buy a car. TrueCar also helps people get used cars. TrueCar isn't just for buying new cars. With their certified dealer network and nationwide inventory of nearly 1 million used cars, you'll enjoy real pricing on actual inventory and a simpler buying experience. And with TrueCar, users can see what others paid, so they know if they're getting a good deal before buying. They're also more likely to enjoy a faster buying experience by connecting with TrueCar certified dealers. When you're ready to buy a new or used car, check out TrueCar and enjoy a more confident car buying experience. Some features not available in all states.
And now, here's a little something that you missed from the Ben Maller Show.
How big a failure was Magic Johnson's run as the boss in Lakerland? Now, to lead off with, the Laker front office with Magic Johnson, you could sum it up in 2 words: disorganized and disheveled. Those would be the 2 words I would use. Magic admitted in his interviews that he's not cut out for the job. I mean, I give him credit, I guess, if he's being honest. There's not more to the story, but it was too much work. He doesn't want the responsibility. He wants to have fun. I want to have fun. Think about that. A grown-ass man, Magic Johnson, want to have fun. I mean, come on. Life is all about fun. Yeah, I could do 10 minutes on this. Now, again, he was upset because of Dwayne Wade tweets and some Serena Williams Academy or something and Ben Simmons workouts. What kind of foobar nonsense is this? It's kind of like going to the fire academy and you want to become a firefighter and you bust your ass. You get to the fire academy, you go through the fire academy. You then get hired at a fire station to work in a firehouse. And then the moment you're hired, shortly after, you say, you know what? I'm going to quit because one of these days I'm going to have to put out a fire, and I don't think that's fun. I don't want to put out a fire. That's not fun to me. I know I went to the fire academy and all, but I don't want to put out the fire. Magic Johnson was...
To get the rest of what Big Ben said, podcast it by searching The Ben Maller Show. And as always, you can hear The Ben Maller Show weekdays at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Dan Patrick Show.
You might want to heed Magic's words. Running a team might sound like it's a lot of fun, but boy, there's a lot of work involved in it. You have to be all in, but for Magic Johnson, it just wasn't worth it. We can go back. This is a cautionary tale. How many times during the season did I say the Lakers have to look at this season as just let's kind of see what we have here. Patience was the word I kept coming back to, and they couldn't be patient. Here's Magic Johnson making the announcement yesterday.
Today, I'm going to step down as the president. And she doesn't know I'm standing here, but it's the right thing to do.
Out of respect to Jeannie Buss, the respect is you go tell Jeannie what you're doing. You imagine Jeannie, wait, what's Magic talking about here? Wait, Magic stepping down? Wait a minute here.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Oh, man, is it fun.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. He's the king of overnight.
It's the spin cycle.
He has his own militia.
You're great, you're great, you're great. You're great.
He's big.
How dare you?
He's bad.
Yes.
He's a hater, but a lovable one.
It's like a cartoon.
He's Ben Maller.
Boo-hoo. Oh, my God.
And you can hear the Ben Maller Show late nights right here.
Say what?
It's the Ben Maller Show.
What's not to like?
2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Come on!
Can you believe that I get paid to do this?
Neither can we. But you are the one and only Dan Patrick.
That's called a hot take.
And along with the Danettes,
most of them have been under a cloud of controversy here.
he's delivering the best guests and hottest takes on your air.
Yeah?
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Shut up.
And you can hear him right here.
This is what it is right now.
Weekdays.
Okay.
9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Fox Sports trending now.
Several seeding slots still up for grabs in both the Eastern and Western Conference in the NBA playoff picture. But there is one spot left as far as clinching goes. The final spot will go to either the Pistons or the Hornets in the Eastern Conference. The Hornets need to win, and they need to Pistons lost tonight. Right now, the Hornets trail the Magic. Orlando 48-36 at Charlotte. 6 to go in the second. Pistons with a 59-32 lead over the Knicks. 3 to go in the second quarter. And Detroit playing without Blake Griffin tonight. Other notable scores, Nets with a 61-44 lead over the Heat late second quarter. Thunder leading the Bucks 62-53, a minute to go in the second. Stanley Cup playoff action underway tonight as well. Lightning with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Jackets, second intermission. Islanders lead the Penguins 2-1 in the second. First intermission, Jets 1, Blues zip. I'm Deb Carson.
Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple. One guy's married, one guy is divorced, one guy has no kids, one guy has 2 beautiful daughters, one guy went to college in a cornfield in Ohio, one guy went to an Ivy League school in the big city, one guy spends his Sunday morning seated in the pew.
Does this seem weird to anybody else?
The other spends it throwing money at the pole. Can these 2 sports writers share a radio show without driving each other crazy? From the Geico studios of Fox Sports Radio, here's the Odd Couple. Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
It is the Odd Couple. I'm Chris. He's Rob. We're coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in your car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And it has been mostly a Magic Johnson Los Angeles Lakers affair today because there's so many angles to talk about this from and so many branches to jump on from this Magic Johnson tree, and that's what we've been doing. And Magic talked about he essentially admitted he was going to fire Luke Walton. It was the worst kept secret in the league.
Yep.
And that Jeannie didn't want that. He said she didn't forbid him to do it, but she clearly
made it
didn't
clear.
want it, and that was a problem for him. He didn't want to come in between Luke and Jeannie. And I also have been told that he wanted Rob Pelinka out as well. And Rob, he didn't give Rob a ringing endorsement.
They asked him about that. Do you think he should stick around?
Yeah. And then he even talked about he's got some baggage, and he kind of didn't follow up on that. But anyway, here's Magic talking about Luke.
I don't want to be the one who have to. It's a fine line, right? We have here, so I got to make a decision tomorrow, and I had made my decision, right? But I said, Irvin, no. I said I knew how difficult it was for my sister to love me and support me, and then also love him, and then I said, why am I in the middle of this? I don't have to be, And then why am I have to make also deals or moves on other people's lives? I said, no, that's not who I am.
All right, that was Magic Johnson talking about the difficulty of firing Luke Walton and Jeannie Buss's feelings about it. And Rob, you are not too impressed with Jeannie Buss's tenure as the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Not at all, Chris. I think she has done a horrific job across the board when you look at where the Lakers are and what they're doing. In fact, she moved me so much yesterday to come up with a new acronym for Jeannie Buss. She is now the WAFOT. Worst female owner all time. You hear me?
Stop it!
She's the WAFOT. That's what she is.
The WAFOT. The worst
female owner all time.
Rob Parker, hold on. Now, I'm with you. Jeannie Buss has left a lot to be desired as the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. They are a mess. They are a dumpster fire. They are an embarrassment. And I could go on and on. But have you ever heard of Marge Schott? Marge Schott was a racist.
But she won a championship. But she won a championship with the Reds, 1990. At least,
so that excuses
it? I'm excusing her. But I would say,
at least Jeannie's a nice, sweet person.
Is it about winning or not? Marge won. She was a racist. I'll give you that.
Jeannie.
Can I give you my Marge Schott story?
Jeannie was a part of the family when they won all those titles under her dad, Dr. Jerry Buss.
But when it was her turn to take over, it's been a disaster.
It's only been, 6 years?
Yeah, and they haven't made the playoff all 6 years since she took over. Now, I'll give you my Marge Schott story. So just
because Marge Schott is baseball, you're not gonna.
But I'm trying to give you.
You're gonna say she's better than Jeannie Buss.
I'm gonna try to tell you she didn't even treat me that well. I wrote a column about her that she didn't like, so she banned me from eating in the press dining room. She took away my pass to eat. Now when you cover baseball, you're there every night.
Right.
You're there from 4 to midnight. You got to eat a meal. You can't eat concession food every night. You gotta have the bones. You gotta have the no doubt. I needed food.
You gotta get that great press box food.
No. They had good food.
It was good?
Yeah.
Really?
They had a sister in there who could cook.
Okay.
And it was good. And it was crazy.
So how long were you banned?
I was banned the whole season.
Yes. Your paper couldn't do anything?
No, it was her.
That's terrible.
The whole season. And when the news
Y'all
got out.
boycotted it or something. Not covering their games. You were at the Cincinnati Enquirer, right?
Right, the biggest paper in
town. If y'all stopped covering their games, they didn't go to bat for you.
Nope. It was so I didn't eat. And when the players found out, one day we were sitting in the press box, there's a knock at the door. And we're like, who's knocking to come in the press box? You just walk in. And he's like, pizza delivery. We're like, what? Eric Davis, who was on the team, ordered me a pizza when he heard that Marge wasn't feeding. And he's like, Marge can't do that. You got to eat.
Can't do it.
You got to eat. I thought that was the coolest thing. I didn't say anything to him. I just, he found out about the story. But so Marge was bad. Well, I give you that. But she did win a championship. She did spend money on her team to bring the Reds a championship. Jeannie Buss has just been a total disaster when you look at everything. And everything's hinged on this mom and pop mentality. That's the problem that I have.
I agree with that.
And that's what she is not going to be able to get where she wants when she's caught up on the relationships. You could be a nice guy. I could think Chris Broussard is the nicest guy in the world. But if you don't get the job done, I could still fire you and you could still be a nice guy. Chris, this wasn't for you.
Right.
I mean, me and Scott have had these conversations. But But you know what I'm saying.
That's one of your better jokes.
Yeah, it was.
My man DJ Tyson didn't like it, though. He had my back till I said something. Till he saw I was cool with it.
That's all right,
man.
Till he saw I was cool with it. Nah, but you're right. Look, you're not right that she's the worst. I still got to go with Marshawn. And hold on, there's another female owner. How about Martha Ford of the Detroit Lions?
Yeah,
now,
but
she ain't won no championship.
No, she hasn't, but she's only taken over like in the last 4 or 5 years, and they've been to the playoffs a couple times.
She's terrible.
What? Martha Ford? It was her husband, William Clay Ford.
And how about I'm looking at this list.
See, most of them are
Carol Davis from the Oakland Raiders. How they looking?
Really?
How about giving
she's part-time. Her son runs the team.
She's the owner.
She's part-time owner.
She's a part owner, but she's an owner.
She ain't doing no day-to-day.
She's worse than Jeannie Buss.
Jeannie Buss is the worst.
Giving my man $100 million.
The Lakers.
Over 10 years.
The Lakers.
Hadn't coached in how many years was it?
Are one of the elite franchises in the history of sports.
Gruden.
And they have the worst record the last 6 years of any team. And you know how bad NBA America is? There's nothing but also-rans and wastelands of teams. And the Lakers have the worst record of any team in the NBA the last 6 years. I think Jeannie Buss is the WFOT. The worst female owner all time.
Jeannie Buss got LeBron James here.
No, she didn't.
By hiring Magic Johnson.
No, that wasn't it. He was coming anyway.
He's here, though. That's the bottom line. And you're relevant as a franchise.
You know
what are we
I'm
talking
right.
about? Lakers are the hottest topic in the NBA.
Yeah,
Not
that doesn't
just
mean
today,
that they're good.
All season long.
You know what? People love a train wreck. That's why the Lakers are hot. That's why we're talking about them. A train wreck matters. You know that, Chris.
The WFOT?
She is the WFOT. Worst female owner all time.
Nothing like my man Rob Parker. It's hard to defend
Rob
Jeannie Buss.
Parker.
And the mom and pop, it's got to change.
Right.
The only person they could hire there are two people they could hire with ties to the Lakers that it would be okay.
So you got one is Jerry West. That's the
West
obvious.
and Pat Riley.
Pat Riley's not. He
has a big, huge home in Malibu. And when I was told today he doesn't. Remember he sold his ownership with the Heat.
He sold the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Whatever he had, with the Heat.
I know it wasn't that big, but
yeah. So he has this big home in Malibu. The thing is, a lot of people tell you Pat Riley's chilling. Like he's essentially retired the last couple of years. And the Heat are a mess.
Right.
I mean,
so he's done something down there.
So
not recently.
But I would take him if he was invested and wanted the job. I'd take Pat Riley. He'd be my second choice after Jerry West.
Yeah, I think that the Lakers need some fresh blood, some young thinkers.
You don't even want Jerry West?
Jerry West, I'd have to be convinced that this was really like what he wants to do. I'm not so sure.
Well, all right.
Because he got screwed over by the Lakers, so he might come and do a screw job the other way.
Things would have to change. All right, now that Magic Johnson is out of the picture, do you think LeBron is regretting his decision to join the Lakers? His former teammate Damon Jones has the answer. Next, it's The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
It's everyone's favorite TV show. Magic ruined everything. He ruined Dwayne Wade's final game. He ruined Dirk Nowitzki's final game. He ruined the Lakers. He ruined Twitter. And he somehow ruined this promo. Magic ruined everything.